Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna make a quick little video about making Austin's food. I'm currently steaming him some carrots. I keep my eye on him because he is doing, I'm not even sure what. But I just wanted to make a quick little video about, this will be very kind of brief because I'm not into making all of his purees like I was before, because he's basically on solid foods. He basically eats whatever I eat from my plate, if it's soft enough or if it is cooked well, I give it to him. I'm a little worried, so I don't just hand him an item of food and just go about my business. I'm still like on that choking thing. So I just give him off of my plate. But sometimes when I make dinner, what I'm realizing now that we're in month 9 for him, what I'm realizing is sometimes if I make something, like for instance, yesterday for dinner, I fixed pork chops and we had macaroni and cheese and greens. He did well with the greens, but I wanted him to have something else with substance. So if I would have had another veggie for him, maybe that would have been better. But I tried to break off some pork chop and give it to him. He wasn't really with it. He was chewing it for hours, and he doesn't have any back teeth. So I didn't give him any more. Not hours, I'm being extra. But he was chewing it for a while, longer than what he normally does. So I didn't have anything really cooked for him to eat. So I thought to myself, why don't I still have purees for him to eat when we're in a rush, or I want to just make sure he gets a good amount of nutrients in without playing in his food, because you can give Austin finger foods or whatever and he'll eat fries and bread and a lot of carbs, but veggies, I haven't mastered him really taking that in. He'll eat a whole green bean, but when I pick him up out of the high chair, it's more green bean in the high chair. So I decided today that I was going to go back to making some purees so that I could have those on hand. And when I opened my freezer, all I had was carrots. And carrots was one of the first foods that he ate. So he did really well with carrots. So I steamed some carrots. This is the kind that I had. Green Giant baby cut carrots. I got these from BJ's. I usually do, you're rude. I usually do organic, but I got those to make for myself, but looks like it turned into something else, which is fine. I really got into making Austin's food because I did a lot of research on baby food, and me personally, I just wasn't satisfied with what I saw for nutrition wise in the baby food whole thing. I'm gonna do a video later this week talking about my breastfeeding journey and everything that ties into his nutrition, so that goes into food as well. So this video is kind of backwards, me making the food, but I'll talk about breastfeeding and how I transitioned him to purees and that kind of thing. We did that around 4.5, almost 5 months. I skipped the whole rice in the milk thing. That freaked me out, so I didn't do that. Austin did fine skipping that. We jumped into purees and he did fine with that. Baby food in the jar for me, even the organic kind, even the Oh So Fresh, whatever that brand is from Target, all of it just didn't resonate well with me. I was reading about what was in it, and it just wasn't okay for me. I was one of those moms. I was gonna have Austin the best everything. so I think the best everything, and I just wanted to give him the best beginning that I could give him, and to me that was making his food. For example, when I make these carrots they're pretty much done steaming. When I make these carrots, depending on how much I can freeze, I use these Sage spoonfuls BPA glass food storage containers. I'm gonna fill them up, and whatever I have left I will either give him tonight or I'll freeze half and put some in the refrigerator, because when you make your own food, it only lasts in the refrigerator about 3 to 5 days. So for the life of me, I cannot figure out how baby food in the jar lasts 2 years. No, that's not gonna work out for my baby. So I started making it. So I'll do a quick little what I do, and hopefully it can help somebody out. If you have any questions, you can ask me, DM me, comment, whatever we do on YouTube. I'll show you the products that I use and how I got through this whole journey doing making everything for him. I was blessed enough, I was gifted by one of my sweet coworkers a baby bullet. But when I really got into making this food, I had already had a NutriBullet, and here's my NutriBullet. When I really had got into making his food, I realized since I was making it maybe weekly for, you know, bulk for the weekly, I would be doing like lunch and dinners for the week. The baby bullet was too small. It didn't hold what I needed it to hold, and it also wasn't as powerful. So the baby bullet, for me, is good for if you're doing something small, if you're doing something for that moment, for that day, if you want to maybe do fruit or veggies that day that you've cooked, the baby bullet works out. But for me, when I was doing things in bulk, the NutriBullet worked better for me. So first what we're going to do is take these carrots off of the stove. They're steamed pretty soft, and honestly, he can probably, since I steamed them, he can probably eat some of these carrots how they are. So I'm going to save a few. I'll put him on his little plate and see how he does. I haven't given him a whole carrot yet, so this will be my first time, but I'm going to put some in his bowls just to see what he does. FYI, IKEA has the cutest dishes for babies. He has this cute little bowl. He throws his bowls at me, but that's a different story. I got all of his little dishes from IKEA. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like all steamed up. It was a little bit more water in there when I first started steaming them, but it's not as much now. I just use water to steam them because I'm gonna put a little bit of butter inside the carrots before I blend them. So actually what I'll do is I'll put half the carrots in, and then my grandmama, my Nana, who is from the South, she taught me how to cook. So I tend to cook with a lot of butter. So sorry if this is not the amount of butter you would give your baby. I understand, but I am dropping some butter up in here for my baby. I'm also going to do a little bit of salt and pepper. Babies need a little, listen, Austin he wants flavor. You ain't giving him no flavor, he is going to spit it back at you. Ain't that right, son? Okay. So I'm going to continue to put the carrots in this NutriBullet, and for me it works out doing it while it's hot because it's softer. So whenever I made anything, peas, carrots, sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, whatever I was making for him, I would put it in the NutriBullet while it was hot. Sweet potatoes was his favorite. I won't be surprised if he gets bigger and be like, I don't want no more sweet potatoes. Now, when I was nursing Austin and I started making his food, I would mix something like this with breast milk to get it softer, you know, when you're blending it to add it. But since I steamed it with water, and carrots are like a water-based veggie, so they have a lot of water already, I don't have to add anything to this. As you can see, it's juicy already. You got that butter in there. That's funny. I do cook with a lot of butter. So I just fill this NutriBullet up. It's on here. Pop it have got scared. He ran over here. What? All that noise you be making, I know you're not scared of no NutriBullet. Okay. Also, when you do it with when you blend the NutriBullet hot, it swells a little bit, so it's hard to open. So you just gotta bang it, and it'll pop right open. You hear the air release. So as I was blending it, I noticed it was a little chunky, like it could use some more water. But since he has teeth and he's all really into solids, I'm not gonna make it any more pureed than this. But this is good enough for me so that I can feed it to him. We can be in a rush, and I can know that he's getting the food. Also, on the Sage Spoonful food containers, it stops at 2 right here on this. And I got these on Amazon. I'm going to put the link in my description. I'm going to put the link where I got these from. It stops at 2 right here. But as you can see, excuse my nails, it goes up to here. So if you actually fill this up, it's 4 ounces of baby food. I wasn't really into counting the ounces on the baby food when he started eating it. I just filled things up like I'm about to do now and gave it to him. When he first started, he wouldn't finish a full container, but baby, he gets down. Austin is my little small fry. He can fit some 6-month clothes. He can fit some 3 to 6 month clothes. Not like most little babies. Yes. Yes, you're being rude. He's getting a little antsy. But he definitely eats. So, can I finish this, buddy? Then we'll talk. So I just scoop it up from the NutriBullet and drop it on in here. Yep. So I'll fill up all of these. And like I said, half of them I will freeze, and the other half I will put in the refrigerator. But because he eats way more now, this is going to be, because I actually, honestly, I haven't made any purees for the last, I'm going to say, month. The last time I made purees, yeah, it was probably about a month ago when I was at my mom's, and ooh, I could eat that. He hasn't had it, so I don't know. He might eat 2 jars for all I know. But we get up in the morning, we eat breakfast together. He eats a full piece of toast. He gets a little bit of orange juice and water. My mother told me the other day, when I put some juice in his cup, she said, "Is that juice or just water?" You know, that's our grandbaby. She wanna give him a whole cup of juice. Her and his father. I'm like, no juice. I gotta look out for my baby teeth. So I just sprinkle some orange juice. He gonna start throwing it at me after a while, I know. But I just fill this up. I'm spilling it. So actually, it looks like I'm not gonna have enough carrots to fill up all the jars, which is okay. This may or may not last me the rest of the week going into the weekend. And if I see how it lasts me, I may make more carrots next time. Or I may make peas and carrots. He did very well with all veggies. So only thing he didn't do well with was avocado. So it was a no for him. So yeah, it's basically empty. So I was able to do, I'm not even gonna put that in another jar. I'm gonna, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. So I basically was able to fill up 7 jars. Excuse my mess. And I try to give it to him once or twice a day. And I'll see how long it lasts me. Say hi. He's ready for bath time. I would say bed, but that's another YouTube day. Thank you all for looking. I hope I can answer any questions you guys may have about baby food. That was really brief. One day I'll get into the whole baby food topic because I was a fanatic. I did it twice a week. Fruits and veggies. I used my NutriBullet. I didn't have to use my baby bullet like I said before. And it worked. Purees worked well for me. Baby-led weaning is something they talk about. I looked into it. Just wasn't my direction. I don't see what's wrong with skipping purees. I don't feel like watching my baby choke. So that was just me. But this is the route I took. So this was something brief that I was able to do. But I did this for Austin twice a week. So I'm definitely a pro at it. So if you know any moms or know anybody that has any questions about it, feel free to ask me. And again, I'm going to tag the link to the Sage Spoonful glass containers because they were really helpful. So that's it for today. Say goodnight, Austin. Say goodnight, YouTube. Please like and subscribe.